As I sit here looking out of my bedroom window, I watch the rain falling down, drenching the streets outside. But I need to get ready soon for my birthday dinner with my family. But then I see a plane flying high above, and I'm instantly transported back to a time long, long ago. Another rainy day, with trucks and ambulance vehicles pulling into the grounds of the hospital I worked at. It was 1944, and World War II had been raging for nearly 5 years. I was a young nurse back then in my country, Australia, and although the world had changed due to the war and times were tough with our futures unknown, we all accepted that we just had to get on with it. And we still shared many good times and lots of laughter. It was a busy day on the surgical wing I was working on that shift. We had many wounded soldiers who had been shipped home for us to tend to, and my friends and I were also looking forward to a local dance that was being held that night. I was nearing the end of my long day at the hospital when I heard a voice say,
"Excuse me, ma'am. I'm looking for a buddy of mine who was injured, and I was told he may be on this floor. I just wanted to check on him, see how he's doing."
This man's accent was definitely not from around here. His deep southern drawl was American for sure. I turned around and was instantly struck by his striking good looks, sparkling blue eyes, and he had to have been over 6 foot tall. With my heart pounding a little, I managed to ask, with a slight tremor in my voice, what his friend's name was, so I could locate his room. He told me the name of his buddy. Then he said, rather shyly I thought,
"By the way, my name is Adam."
I answered back, "It's nice to meet you too, Adam. My name is Grace."
"I'm very pleased to meet you, Grace."
Taking a deep breath and not understanding why I was so instantly affected by this tall, good-looking stranger in a way I've never felt before, I carried on with my duties, but my mind kept wandering back to our brief encounter. Later that evening, my friends and I all met at the local dance hall, looking forward to a rare night of good music, dancing, and well-earned fun. I told my friends about the dashing young American airman I had met that day, and after a few humorous remarks and girly giggles, we sat at our table, ready to enjoy the evening ahead. The band was playing, the room was packed with ladies in their best dresses, and the men looking superb in their uniforms. It was a beautiful starry night outside, and then the band started to play one of my most favourite music instrumentals, which I still listen to this day. It was at that moment I felt someone standing behind me, followed by a deep, soft, familiar voice, which almost took my breath away.
"Hello, Grace. Pardon me, but would you give me the pleasure of having this dance with you?"
I turned around, and that's the moment in time when my life changed forever. Adam was a pilot in the US Air Force. He and the rest of his squadron had recently completed a mission and were rewarded by being shipbound to Australia before taking to the skies for their next battle. He had come to the hospital where I worked to catch up with a buddy who was recuperating from an injury, which thankfully wasn't life-threatening. We danced and we talked and we laughed until the sun came up. Neither of us wanted the night to end, but my hospital shift was only a couple of hours away, so after arranging to meet after my shift, shyly but full of excitement, we said our farewells. Over the next 10 days, the duration of his leave, we spent every hour we had together, neither of us understanding nor quite believing the full impact of the strength of our feelings for each other and of the intensity of a love that was growing with every moment we spent together. We talked about anything and everything. We laughed. We made plans for a future that most would dream of. So quick, so sudden, but we knew it was meant to be. Then came his last day on leave, one we dreaded but accepted, full of sadness but also with joy. We promised each other daily letters until his return to me. We both agreed to never say the words goodbye, but rather until. So with tears in our eyes and a loving embrace, I said to him, "Please be safe, and I'll be here until." I don't think I managed to catch my breath when his first letter arrived. I opened it slowly so as not to tear the envelope, which I knew bore the touch of his hands. He wrote,
"To my loving Grace, since the day we met, I knew in my heart that I have fallen in love with you. These past 10 days that we've been together have been just wonderful. I love spending time with you, like our first sweet kiss, holding your soft hand as we walk together. Every day we spent laughing, walking downtown, and enjoy being with you. I have to go on a dangerous mission with my squadron, and I'll take the photo you gave me and keep it with me always. I will return and hold you in my arms again. Don't worry, my Grace, I will come back to you. Your loving Adam. Until."
I must have read that letter so many times, always being careful not to mar the envelope, not to crinkle the pages. I read it over and over and over, and I knew from that letter that my love for this man was absolutely so powerful that there was no turning back. My dearest Adam, how thrilled I am to be sitting here with your letter and your beautiful words. I'm shaking as I write, with many mixed emotions, but most of all, because I know that this is meant to be. I have a big day at the hospital tomorrow, so we'll turn in early and think of you. I'm so glad that you are safe along with all your buddies. I miss you every second of the day. I will write a longer letter tomorrow after my shift has ended, but please be safe and please know that I am thinking of you constantly and send my love to you. Until. This is part 1 of the story of of Adam and Grace. Don't miss out on the rest of this story. There will be several parts, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Thank you for watching.